from IELTS Cracker. So I am back again with another video that is based on IELTS reading, that is sentence completion with box. So we'll discuss the tips and techniques that how we can solve these kind of questions in a very easy manner. But before starting this video, first of all, let's have a look at how this type of question looks like. So you can have a look, that is, in this we are given the statements and along with that we are given a box. So in this we have to complete the sentences. Okay, how? That is by finding the correct ending from that box. Okay, so what are the tips to be followed for this type of question? First of all is read the instructions. So even though guys that you are clear with the instructions, you are required to read them. Why? So that you don't commit any mistake when you're going to transfer the answers on the answer sheet. Next is read the incomplete sentences and underline the words as per your own convenience. So after reading the instructions, you will read the incomplete statements given to you, and along with that you will underline some words that you think will help you out in finding the location in the passage. Next is read the passage and try to look for the location of those sentences by matching the idea or words. So guys, after reading those sentences, you are required to shift toward the passage. Why guys? Why I am saying this? Generally I have seen students when they complete the statements, they also have a look on that box. But guys, it is totally a wrong strategy, because see, a simple thing, a simple logic is there. As I showed you earlier in that slide, that you had 3 statements and roundabout you had 6 options for that. So which one is better? Would you read those statements or options? So a perfect strategy is that you should read those statements only, and after reading the statements, by understanding the demand of the question, you are required to shift toward the passage. Then after that, choose the ending of the sentence that suits the best. So guys, as I told you earlier, that when you will shift toward the passage, after finding the location, okay, after understanding, then you will shift toward that box given to you and you will pick that option like which suits the best. I hope that you have understood. So now let's have a look on the passage given to us. You can have a look, and these are the questions. So let's move to the questions first. That is because as per the strategy, I told you that we have to read the instructions. So what the instruction says, that is complete the sentences with correct endings A to F. So we are given 3 statements and we are given A to F options. Okay. So first of all, we'll have a look on the statements. First is the presence of old mines in Britain has. So what is the demand of the question, guys? Guys, let me take the pointer, because I told you that if you want, you can underline the words. Okay, so let's go. So the presence of what? Old mines in Britain. It has what? And guys, there is one important tip, or you can say an additional tip, that is when you are going to solve the sentence endings, you are required to check the grammatical part also. Why guys? Because a sentence is based on grammatical structure also. So like this, the first one, the presence of old mines in Britain has. So when you're going to pick the option from A to F, you have to consider the grammatical part as well. Okay, so the demand of the first question is, that is the presence of old mines in Britain has, like what they have done or what is the significance of that presence and what it has led to. Okay, next question is to make landfill sites safer, the authorities have. So here they are asking about that what kind of steps the authorities have taken, what, to make the landfill sites safer. Next is burning rubbish is not popular because people have. So burning rubbish is not a popular activity among people. Why? They have asked the reason, guys, why it is not popular. So guys, I'll not read the box as I told you earlier because it is just a wastage of time. So let's move on to the passage. So let's start reading. Until now, Britain has opted for burying most of its rubbish. Around 4/5 of municipal waste is sent to landfill sites. This approach has made considerable sense in an island with sites to spare because of its particular geology and its history of quarrying. So till now what we have read, guys, that Britain, it has selected burying as a habit, as a method to dispose of its waste, and they have mentioned the proportion too, you can see that is 4/5. But because of this, it has led to decline in sites because they are using those sites for what? For burying the rubbish. Moving on to the second para. But landfill sites are getting scarce, particularly in southern England where most people live, and they are becoming expensive to run as the government insists on safeguards against environmental hazards like the leaching of toxic waste into underground aquifers. But the biggest constraint on dumping stuff in landfill sites is Britain's commitment to meet European targets to slash the amount of biodegradable waste, about 60% of household rubbish, that is put into landfill sites. These targets are intended to cut emissions of methane, a greenhouse gas, and to reduce the risk of water contamination from landfill. So till now what we have read, that because as Britain has opted for burying the rubbish, it has led to the decline in the number of landfill sites, that is they're getting scarce. Scarce means getting less in number, and as a result they are also becoming expensive for the government. So the government has insisted on what? To safeguard against environmental hazards. But again, this is a limitation, this is the biggest constraint for whom, that is for Britain, because they have to meet the European targets. And what is that target? That is to slash the amount of biodegradable waste. Slash means to reduce, to cut down. What? That is the 60% of household rubbish that is put into the landfill sites. And these targets, why they have been established? To cut the emissions of methane gas and to reduce the risk of water contamination from landfill. Now let's move on to the third para. If you cannot bury it, an alternative is to burn it. So if they cannot bury them, they have to burn it. This certainly seemed to be the initial thrust of government thinking a few years ago. A program to build as many as 130 new incinerators was envisaged. But burning also entails environmental risks. Although new incinerators are now much cleaner than earlier ones, people are scared of exposure to dangerous chemicals like cancer producing dioxins. The political difficulties in selling an expansion of incineration are immense. So what we have read in this para, that is, if we are not going to bury the waste, the other alternative is to burn it. And this was the initial thrust of the government thinking a few years ago. And for this, guys, a program was set up, but some environmental risks are also attached to this method. But at the same time, people were also scared because of the exposure of some dangerous chemicals, and along with that, some political difficulties were also there. So this is all about we have read in the passage, and now we will shift towards the statements and the options. So first is the presence of old mines in Britain has. So what we read about Britain, guys, in the first para, I think so, we read about Britain. So what did it actually, guys? They selected burying as a method to dispose of its waste, and that waste was disposed of where? That is, it was sent to the sites. Okay. So guys, now let's move on to the options. And guys, again we have to consider the grammatical part as well, along with that the meaning of the whole sentence. So first is agreed to reduce waste levels. So have they agreed with that? No. Second is replaced old incinerators. They haven't talked about that. Next is destroyed most of municipal waste. Have they destroyed? Next is encouraged burial. Yes guys, this can be the answer, because in the first para we read that they had the mines where they used to dispose of the waste. Next is impose safety laws. They haven't talked about that whether that old mines were connected with some safety laws or not. Next is the last option, that is became anxious about pollution levels. So whether the people of Britain were anxious about the pollution levels, and especially with regard to old mines, that the presence of old mines was something related with the pollution levels. No guys. So what is the actual answer? That is D Denmark option, that is encouraged rubbish burial. As we have read in the first para that they use the sites for burying the rubbish. Next is to make landfill sites safer, the authorities have. So guys, in the second para, if you remember that the government took some action. What kind of action was taken, guys? Guys, as those methods were becoming expensive, so the government insisted on safeguards. So what will be the answer? That is imposed safety laws. I hope you are clear. Wait guys, let me write the options along with the statements. So first we have the D option, and the second one, like, we have the E option. I hope guys you don't go on my writing. Next, the last statement is burying rubbish is not popular activity because people have. So guys, why it is not popular? So guys, what we read in the third para, that is a program was set up to build 130 new incinerators, but along with that there were some risks associated with it, that is people were scared because of the exposure towards dangerous chemicals, and moreover it was going to threat the environment as well. So let's have a look on the options. So what do you think guys, which one will suit the best? Why it was not a popular activity? The answer is F guys, because people were anxious about pollution levels. Anxious means worried, because as we read that some environmental risks were associated with that, and people were also scared about exposure towards the dangerous chemicals. So here I'm going to write the answer F. So I hope guys you are clear. So guys, this is all for today. I hope you have liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe my channel, that is IELTS Cracker, and please share this video with the friends, with the relatives, whosoever is struggling in IELTS. And thanks for watching everyone. Bye bye.